Hey everyone. Hope you all enjoyed the holiday break. I know I did. Well, mostly. There was there are certain problems, but it's all taken care of now. And I wanted to start off by saying Happy New Year. And yes, we finally did it. We got to 2024, the year that will possibly be the most polarizing and destructive election year in the history of the United States. But rest assured, young viewer, I can guarantee you that I will most definitely be playing Overwatch 2 during these trying times to help me through what I anticipate will be another year more chaotic than 2020. So I wanted to make a video over, well, what we have to look forward to in Overwatch 2 in 2024, especially with all the negativity in 2023 towards the game. A lot of it surrounding the cancellation of PvE, which personally I never really cared. Oh, I said I was gonna make a video about that. I should still make a video about that. I never had any interest in PvE. I don't even think I was ever gonna touch PvE. So that was when they canceled it. I was just like, oh, okay, I don't care. But yeah. So don't get me wrong, right? I don't. Well, no, I don't feel bad that a multi-billion-dollar company couldn't simply hire a ton of capable developers to get something done, right? I have no sympathy for things like that. But what's funny is that it actually kind of ties into the first thing I wanted to talk about, which actually works out perfectly. So I guess the first thing that we have to look forward to in 2024 is that Bobby Kotick is officially gone. Well, he's been gone for a few days now. He got a big payout and everything, but I think he was known in the industry for being one of the worst things in gaming. And of all the games he has screwed up through his leadership, I don't know if anything ever got messed up as bad as Overwatch 2. At least from my knowledge. I haven't been following him that much, as much as many people I do know follow him. But when I would hear about him or read an article about him, it was always negative. Always negative. Like in the most gross ways. Because from my understanding, he is a very, very big contributing factor to why all the negative things have been happening around Overwatch 2. From the lack of support on certain projects to making people work overtime on things they didn't want to, didn't want to work on, but then only to get that scrapped. And basically disincentivizing creativity for the sake of profit. And, people might blame capitalism, the American way for all this stuff. But, part of capitalism is also doing what your consumer wants, right? But he wasn't doing that. So, whatever that falls under. But maybe after a certain level of success, like you just have too much control. So you don't really need to listen to your customers anymore. Kind of like the developers of Overwatch. just kidding. So now with him gone and Microsoft taking over, it at least sounds like Overwatch will be allowed to do what they want to do, which is usually a good thing because when the devs are having fun doing their work, it kind of reflects in the game itself, at least usually from what I've seen. The big thing here is that I think it's a good thing that Microsoft actually brings in so much money because in comparison to what Overwatch or Blizzard is going to be bringing in for them, it's probably very negligible. Well, maybe not negligible, but like very minuscule to the point where they'll be very hands off, right? Because I'm pretty sure if Blizzard were to lose money or gain money, it would mean almost nothing, like almost absolutely nothing to Microsoft. So it could be more of a branding thing. You know how like some companies, they have these things that don't necessarily make them money, but they kind of just do it anyways, just for, public eye goodness and things like that. Like, oh, look what we have here. Or if they ever, decide to do more things for Overwatch on Xbox or PC and kind of, ooh, that wouldn't be good. What does it mean for PlayStation? I never thought about that. Yeah, well, it could be something in their arsenal if they decide to go the slimy route and take it away from PlayStation players to be like, you can only play Overwatch on our system now, so you buy an Xbox, everybody. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't think Microsoft will do that, but I don't know. The next thing I want to talk about is the Battle Pass changes because they said that I don't know if it was after Microsoft decided to buy them or before, but they were looking into changing the Battle Pass, and I think that will take effect at some point this year. But to what? I have no idea. But I don't think it could be worse than this season. Like, goodness gracious. Like, they release a tank that completely counters tank this season and then keep him behind the Battle Pass. That is crazy. And I'm not even going to get into how broken or horrible Mauga is to play against, or just his his complete lack of balance. And again, another example of the dev team not being able to balance the game. But trust me, that will definitely be another video. But yeah, to hide tanks, like in general, or even just characters behind the battle pass for so long really sucks. Because at a time, I think all of the new characters, the battle pass characters, were OP characters. Like Kiriko, you got Ilari, Ramatra, and Sojourn. All of them at some point were completely broken. So if you didn't have them, if you didn't pay for them, you didn't have them. Unless I think you could still grind like through the first 45 levels. But during that time where you're not going through the first 45 levels because, let's say you have a life outside of Overwatch, and it would probably take like 2 or 3 weeks to do the 45 levels. Everybody else has a significant advantage over you. And there are exceptions like Lifeweaver, but he's actually very, very, very powerful right now too. So I think just about all the new characters are pretty good right now. But I'm mainly praying to the big man in the sky that they get rid of souvenirs, which might be the most egregious thing to exist in Battle Pass history of all video games of all time. Plus all the skins and packages this season, not good. Like I don't think I like any of the skins this season. Even the mythic skin was underwhelming. Well, besides the Doomfist skin, that one is awesome. I just bought that today. It came out today. But yeah, the skins are pretty expensive because it's these packages, and it's like $20 for like one thing you want and everything else in there you don't want. But apparently it's a deal somehow, although you're forced to get it. But yeah, I pay for skins. I know I'm part of the problem, and but all my friends hate it, right? I have several friends who they still don't even have Ramatra, just because they're defiant. They're just for pure protest reasons. So yeah, I'm hoping this is something that they do well for once. I'd like to see. Actually, I should make a how to fix Battle Pass video. And it's the whole Mauga thing's so ridiculous. Like they released Mauga, who counters every single tank. Like if you go into a game and you play against a Mauga, the best thing to play against Mauga is another Mauga. But then if you don't have Mauga, you're probably just gonna lose, right? Because you can't just switch off to another tank to counter him, because he counters like every single tank. The way you counter him is your support characters need to counter him, but for some reason most people still don't know that yet, so they just kind of argue the whole rock paper scissors tank thing. So it's just a bad time for everybody. I would like to interrupt this video to ask you to like and subscribe. If you made it this far in the video, chances are you kind of like what I'm talking about, so help me out, guys. The next thing I'm looking forward to, and I think what my friends are really looking forward to, is the new matchmaking for competitive, where they allow people from like way different ranks to be able to queue with each other. Because being able to matchmake with my shady friend who will 100% cause me to lose 70% of my games all the time is gonna be fun as hell. Because I'd like seeing them get better and kind of grow with me. And I've also been playing Tracer now and trying to get good with her, and I am complete ass at Tracer in comparison to my tank play. So that'll be also a fun thing to watch climb. Because I've already gotten far in competitive to the point where, I don't know, it's just kind of a matter of maintaining now. So I don't really mind dropping several ranks and then climbing back up. And, that's kind of like the whole, what do you call that? Unranked to masters or unranked to GM thing that people do. It's actually, I could totally see the appeal for that, because at this point, competitive is, I don't know if I want to put in that effort to really go like that far into GM, but I hit low GM and I was like, okay, this is fine. I don't need to be top 500, or I don't even know if I have the time to do that with my job and all. So yeah, anyways, this is probably the big thing me and my friends are looking forward to the most. And I think overall, they're also going to be just doing the matchmaking better. They think they got it down now, although they haven't had it for a year. But they got something now that they've been talking about. So, I'll just keep having faith. And the other thing that they spoke about in BlizzardCon was the return of 2CP, which isn't really 2CP anymore. But you know what, guys? I said it before and I'll say it again. I liked 2CP. I really enjoyed 2CP. I liked Hanamura. I liked Anubis. Like the 2CP maps were like the best maps visually, or at least they were up there, right? And I did kind of miss them. And I don't know, maybe it was because I wasn't that good back then, to the point where I didn't really notice all the flaws that came with 2CP. But I enjoyed it like a lot, especially as a Doomfist player, because everybody's like stuck on this one spot. You get to punch people into walls. So yeah, now it's like a tug of war, capture the point thing hybrid. But I don't know. I don't really remember. But we'll see when it gets here. I have faith. I have faith. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. And more variations to play is better. I don't really know how I feel about the newest one they have, where you have to capture like the best 3 out of like 5 spots. Though that game lasts like really long. Yeah, those games last long, and it's kind of tiring. But we'll see. And pulling the robot mode, whatever it's called, that tug of war thing, that's grown on me. I don't dislike it anymore, but I still do prefer the hybrid maps or the escort maps more than anything. Yeah, I definitely do think I still prefer them. But maybe it's just a nostalgia thing. I don't know. So in short, the current season of Overwatch just kind of seems to be a skip over season. It's pretty boring. The skins suck. Besides the Doomfist one, like I said, and they have a battle pass within a battle pass in the Winter Wonderland thing that, again, nobody cares about. And frankly, I don't even understand. Right? But anyways, there's a lot to look forward to in the upcoming seasons, and it seems like Overwatch has just stabilized. Like the heavy lifting was really done this first year. I think they got through a lot of the bullshit that they were doing. They finally revealed that they had canceled PvE a long time ago, so now that's out of the way. So maybe they're gonna have more people to kind of focus on the PvP aspect of it. I think they're still trying to push some form of PvE, but every single PvE thing they have done has been horrible. It's all has been garbage. Like, I have not had fun in any of the PvE things they've done. So I would like them to just kind of throw that away and just focus on the PvP aspect of the game. But they've been working on it so long. I'm sure they have a bunch of things that they built for it that they want to use. But I would suggest, now that Microsoft is there with infinity money, go back and try to actually make a real PvE game instead of these half-assed attempts they keep throwing into like $10 battle passes. But yeah, anyways, we have new characters coming in that we saw. They look pretty unique. I think they're showing pretty unique characters, but we'll see, because again, the design team. I'm trying to be positive, guys. But yeah, there's new characters coming in. Bobby Kotick is gone, and they seem to be. It seems like right now it's on them, like the ball's in their court for once. Now that Bobby's gone, so there won't be an excuse later on if they still do fail. But I do think that, with all the rhetoric they've been giving to, I think it might be a breath of fresh air for them and for all of us too. So yeah, I'm optimistic, despite the few sentences I said earlier. But I'm very optimistic. I think they're gonna get it right, because the game, even with all their mistakes that they've done, is still going strong. It's still really fun. I still play it a lot, and people still love it. So it's kind of bigger than them now. They just have to kind of help it get to where it's trying to go. So yeah, please like and subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm, and don't forget, I love you.